How y'all doing? Redneck Programmer here. So I think we're on video 6 now of our beginner Java tutorial. In the last one we learned how to declare some variables, and then we're going to assign input data using a scanner to those variables and then printing them out. Alright? So we have how many? Okay, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to need 5 variables. Now this one we're not going to have an input for, right? That's going to be our final result that we output to the user, okay? So let's go ahead and finish off the rest of these, okay? So I have went ahead and typed up the next one, so you don't have to sit and watch me type. All right. So this is going to be scanner next. Now notice we didn't use next like string, right? Well, in Java it doesn't require next string. You're just looking for the next input, okay? Now it's going to print out the gender, all right? So I'm doing exactly the same thing here as I did here. I'm just getting new data and assigning it to a string, all right? Now let's do the last one here. So now we got scanner, our body weight, okay? Now we're going to print out the body weight output. All right, so let's run this and see what happens. Make sure everything works. You want to test it. You want to if you make a change, test it. All right. How many drinks have you had? We're just going to say 3. Are you male or female? What's it looking for? It's looking for a string. It'll say male. What's your weight in pounds? 220. All right. So it is taking our input, it's assigning it to a variable, and then printing out that variable. So all of that works, right? But now that we've got all this data up here in these variables, we can now use that to do something. We can use it to make this calculation, all right? So down here, we're going to go outside of main, okay? We're going to need to close our scanner, okay? So now we're going to make a new method. A function. This is where the math is going to be done, okay? So let's go down here and let's make a new one. So we're going to make it public, okay? Public means any method, any function in this project can call this function, this method, all right? We're going to make it static. Our output is going to be a double, and let's call it calculate BAC. All right. Now then we need an open bracket, and it already makes a closing one for us. Now then it's saying right here it's missing a return statement. Right now let's just return 0. Okay. So now then if we run this, this won't error out. We can still test, okay? But here's the thing. We need to use this method with these data types, right? So what do we have here? We're going to need to use a double for our volume, right? It's going to need to use a string for the gender, okay? And then it's going to use an integer for the body weight. All right? Real easy. What this is saying is now the data up here, okay, when I call this or I use this method, I need to make sure I supply it with these 3 variables, okay, with data in them. That's going to be these 3. Now, how do I do that? Okay, how do I call it? Well, right here, all I got to do is call it. I'm going to have a return type, the return data type, okay, just like down there. It's going to be a double, right? That's what we put. It's a double. we're going to say that the final blood alcohol content, final BAC, which is our variable name, okay? So notice we're not just putting a static value, a constant in this time. This time, our variable is going to contain the return from this method. So we need to use the calculate BAC, and see, it already tells us this is the name, and I need to give it these 3 input types, and that's a return type. Thank you, IntelliJ, right? Calculate BAC, and I need to make sure I give it the volume, the gender, the body weight, all right? And now then, once it does that, once it runs this and gets this, whatever's returned here, it's going to store what's returned in that. And then we can just simply do a system out, print line, and then do final BAC. Now then, this return is going to say, it'll say whatever we want, but it has to be a double, okay? So let's make it 2.222, all right? Now that's a static return. That's a static value. So no matter what we do, no matter what we put up here, it's going to return that, okay? So let's check this out and see if it'll run. All right, how many drinks have I had? It doesn't matter. 2. Male or female? Male. Weight? Well, let's put what I want. 180 pounds, right? 222. So we are successfully taking our inputs, calling this method, and it is returning whatever we put as a return type. All right? But that's not what we want. So in the next video, we're going to actually go in and convert our equation into a method, and then we will return it. We'll return the actual values that we're looking for. All right? Stay tuned for the next one. Bye, y'all.